Tom let me know who the boss was still. I was still the protege and he was the master. I started to come to France in 1989 when I was 17 years old, and my favorite surfer from when I was very young was a guy named Tom Curran, and Tom Curran was married to a French woman named Marie, and they lived in Anglet near Biarritz in the southwest of France. Tom and I were sponsored by the same companies, and so they had this idea for me to come to France and spend the summer with Tom. So it was towards the end of the summer, right before I was starting my last year of school, and I got to stay with Tom for 2 weeks. And as a young kid, a teenager, it was like a dream for me to be able to come and spend 2 weeks with my favorite surfer. And I didn't know how to speak any French. I didn't know a single word of French. I couldn't order food. I was totally reliant upon him. The funny thing was, I came here to surf with Tom for 2 weeks, and I only surfed with Tom a few times. Say I was here for 14 days, I think I surfed with Tom maybe 5 times, because sometimes he would say, "Oh, you think you can watch the baby for a little bit?" And so I would start to watch his daughter, and he would disappear, and he would either play music or go surfing for like 2 hours and just leave me with the baby. This started to happen like a bunch of days, And I was like, I just want to go surfing with this guy, he's like my hero, and I want to watch him and learn from him. But it turned out we didn't surf together a whole lot. We did spend a lot of time together in the house and watching him raise his kid. But at that time, no one knew me in France. I was not a well-known surfer. But 1 year later, I came to France, and I was then professional, and I became pretty popular in the surf scene right away. Martin Potter was the world champion at the time. I beat him, and I swear instantly I became super famous in the surf world from this. That was early in that competition, but as I got to the later rounds in the competition, I ended up surfing against Tom, who a year before I'd been staying with in France, and now this year I had a new sponsor. I'm not staying with him, not traveling with him, and now I have to compete against him in the semifinals. As a young guy trying to make my way into pro surfing, that was a huge moment for me and for my career. And Tom let me know who the boss was still. I was still the protege, and he was the master. And he beat me pretty badly that time. So I congratulated him after, and he told me good job, but he didn't say very much to me. He was almost, I felt like he was a little bit shy about how bad he beat me. It wasn't close. He said something to me not long after that about the new approach to surfing. Like, surfing was changing at that time. There was a new generation of surfers and style of surfing, and he acknowledged that to me. But Tom was still the best surfer in the world for a long time after that.